welcome to a new series I am calling Cookbook Roulette. Basically, I love cookbooks, I love buying them, I love looking through them, they're so pretty, but I rarely cook through them completely. I'll cook one or two recipes, but never cook like all the recipes or enough to justify having the cookbook. So I thought I would randomly choose a cookbook, randomly choose a page, and that's what I'm gonna cook. And that's the premise of the show. Randomly choosing a book, randomly choosing a recipe. Okay, I have a spinning wheel on my phone and it's gonna decide which book we're gonna go with. I have a couple, these are mainly mine. My mom has a couple, but they're like Banting, Keto, Paleo ones, and these are the more fun ones. So, spinning wheel on my phone, let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, I have a spinning wheel on my phone and it will determine what we are going to cook with. So, let's spin the wheel and find out what we're gonna get. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Ooh, it's a close one. We got latest and greatest, which is this tasty cookbook. Stop it! We got latest and greatest, which is this tasty cookbook. I do tab my cookbook so that I can know like generally what I might want to make, but now I'm going to flick through and randomly pick a page. Okay, this one. Okay, this is sweet. This is okay. Let's just go to the first one. Oh, easy poke cake 4 waves. Ooh, okay. So this is interesting. So it's a bunch of different poke cakes. Hold on, let me grab you so you can see what I'm seeing. The page flicked and I lost it. I'll find it, here it is, okay. So this is the page that we landed on. Obviously, this is not a recipe. I could go back one page and do the buttermilk fried chicken, but I decided to go a page forward where we got easy poke cakes 4 ways. So I'm gonna choose one of these poke cake mixes. Actually, we should leave this up to fate too. We should leave this up to fate. I've got an idea. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 to 4. Siri picked 1, I don't know if you heard her, but that means we are going to make the chocolate turtle poke cake. Ooh, okay. So I'm definitely gonna have to, actually, I have chocolate cake mix in the pantry. This is perfect, okay. I don't have a can of dulce de leche, so I will have to make dulce de leche, which is not that difficult. I just need to stop and get a can of condensed milk so I can make dulce de leche, and I need a can of frosting. And my parents are going to a potluck tomorrow, so they can take this to the potluck. Thank you, fate. I don't know who I'm looking towards, but thank you. All right, let's get started making a prepared cake mix. Hello, it is the next day. I baked the cake late and then I helped my mom with her book club this morning, so she had a book club over there, and I didn't want to be baking and filming in the kitchen while my mom was busy with book club. But I baked the cake yesterday. Here it is. The nice thing about poke cakes is you just keep it in this pan, so that is very nice. Now I need to poke it. Who would have thought? Okay, I'm gonna take the blunt end of this, and you're supposed to make 12 holes. That's what the recipe says. Using the back of a wooden spoon, poke holes at least 3 rows with 4 holes in the cooked cake. I'm not gonna do that because my cake has a lot of surface area and I feel like just wouldn't work. I hear someone. I think someone was gonna come down the stairs and come into the kitchen, but since I'm in here, they don't want to. Okay, time to stab. Stab. This is very satisfying. Maybe I will do 12 holes. Maybe the recipe was right for a reason. I did end up doing 12 holes. The recipe was right for a reason. Anyway, how much dulce de leche do I need? A whole can warmed. Now, I know I said I was gonna make dulce de leche, but this was right next to the can of condensed milk, so I bought dulce de leche. Some people call me lazy, I call me resourceful. Also, don't just put this in the microwave to warm it up, it is metal and that will explode. I have a friend, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this story, but I'm going to tell this story anyway. I have a friend who, her and I love the Go Macro protein bars, and I told her, oh well, I heat them up in the microwave because then they get really nice, especially the oatmeal cookie flavor. It tastes like an actual like oatmeal cookie. And she came to me the next day and she said, Emma, I tried one of those protein bars in the microwave. And I said, oh, did you like it? And she said, well, I forgot to take it out of the wrapper. The wrapper is aluminum and she saw sparks apparently. So don't put metal and aluminum in the microwave. Or how, if you're from Australia or South Africa, aluminium.
Staying alive, staying alive. I'm sorry, I had to do that.
I think the word aluminum sounds a lot better than the word aluminium. Yeah, that word is a bit weird. Anyway, this is 34, not 34. This is you need a 14 ounce can. My can is 13.4, but we'll be fine. So I guess the dulce de leche is going to replace the, oh, I'm not smart. There's 8 ounces in a cup, this is a cup measure, and we'll be fine. This might be almost double the max, not double the max, but maybe 1.5. How much you're supposed to put in here, but it'll be fine. That better not be famous last words. Okay, now I'm gonna put this in the microwave to warm it up, because it says warmed. Also, this is my first time filming in the kitchen. I'm trying to figure out the angle, so if this is too wide or whatever, I'll figure it out in the edits. If it's bad, I'll fix it for next video. If it's good, it'll stay the same.
I've decided that I hate this setup and I will fix it for next time.
So the poke cake is called chocolate turtle poke cake. How is this a turtle? Like when I think turtle, I think of like sea creature. I know, isn't there something with like pecans, caramel, and chocolate that's a turtle? Because that's what I think this is implying, but how is that a turtle? I'm impatient, so I'm going to say that's warmed enough. And the recipe says you just pour it over the cake. Mine isn't exactly a pourable consistency because I got lazy. So I'm just going to spread it over and see. I think this is such a fun way to do a cake, because like, or to like elevate a boxed cake. Because you don't even have to, minimal decorations, you just need to decorate the top, because decorating the sides of the cake are one of the like hardest parts of decorating a cake. With this, you just need to decorate the like top, and it doesn't even have to look that pretty, and you don't even have to take it out of the pan. So yeah, I think this is such a clever way to elevate a box cake, and there's so many creative things that you could do with it. I mean, this recipe, there were 4 different choices we could have done, and we just happened to get dulce de leche. Well, not dulce de leche, turtle. We just happened to get turtle. The only sad thing about this cake going to a potluck is my family, well, I won't be able to try it. One, I won't try it because I don't eat gluten, I don't eat dairy, or I don't eat sugar, so I eat air. But also, that I won't get to see if people like it, so I'm gonna have to get a review from my mom and my dad later to see if people liked the cake. Anyway, once this is all smoothed, I'm going to put it in the fridge or just let it chill on the counter for a few minutes, because since this is warmed, you don't want to put frosting right on top, because then that will cause the frosting to melt. Big tip when decorating cakes, do not wait for it to be as cold as possible before decorating it. The colder the better, because then your frosting and decorations will not melt and slide about. Anyway, we have the holes all covered with caramel. This smells so so good. I was just reading the recipe. This is supposed to soak into the cake. I didn't heat it up enough so that it would soak into the cake. Daddy messed up!
What?
Nah, it's okay. This is supposed to soak into the cake, but it's too thick.
It looks delish.
Why, thank you. Well, you're going to be eating it at the potluck, so you need to tell me how it is.
Cool.
Are you up to the task?
I believe so. With this chocolate cake, I'm your man.
Good. I need to cut up 7 pecans now. I'm just going to measure with my heart, because I don't want to cut up too little or cut up too many. No, the main reason I don't want to measure is because I don't want to get out a measuring cup. Because like I said, I'm lazy. Maybe that's why I haven't cooked these cookbooks, because I'm lazy. And I also start the recipe and I'm like, I don't want to do that. No, but I definitely do think there's an element of cooking of like you follow a recipe to a certain extent, but then you have to take it and make it your own. Like some recipes, like I'm like, oh, this would be really nice if I added chili flakes, and then I'll add chili flakes. Or oh, this actually would be really nice if I thinned it out a bit so that the broth was a bit thinner or whatever. I just think at some point the recipe is like there to hold your hand, but at a certain point you should be able to learn how to walk. Was that a good saying? I don't know. Anyway. So I will be using canned frosting because also, I have a lot that I need to do today. I have to work on my college essay after this, and then I also have to edit this video because I want it to go up relatively soon. And I start work tomorrow. Yes, I start work tomorrow. So I need to, I'm gonna run out of time to edit, so I want to get as much of the editing done as possible. I feel like I should put this in a piping bag because it might smear. Wow, this also smells good. This also smells like my childhood. I used to love making chocolate cakes. I still do love making chocolate cakes, but like box cake mix, box frosting was like my favorite. Especially the chocolate one. Woo, so good. But now I'm a grown-up who still uses box cake and box frosting. But I do love using my own frosting recipe. It is, if someone ever gets a cake from like me, or like if it's someone's birthday, I'll always make my own frosting. Sometimes I'll make a cake from scratch. I never buy brownie mix anymore. I know that might be weird, but like I've always had the ingredients to make brownies, and brownies are so easy to make that I never buy a brownie mix. I'll always just be like, oh, it's someone's birthday, I'll bake them brownies, and I already have all the ingredients. Okay. Now I'm going to smooth this over. It's actually not smearing, well, what's the word I'm looking for? The like dulce de leche and the chocolate frosting are staying quite separated, which is what I wanted. Hooray, hooray. I think I might want to leave a little bit of the dulce de leche visible. I think that might be nice. I'm gonna call this frosting job good enough. The only thing about store-bought frosting is it's so sticky that like it's sticky. Alright, clean hands. Now I'm gonna start with the design because this is where we are. This is a bit boring. I'm thinking of stripes, diagonal stripes alternating between like pecans, mini chocolate chips, pecans, mini chocolate chips, pecans, mini chocolate chips. Okay, let's start designing. Well, looky here. Didn't measure and had the perfect amount. But and here we go. Here's the final product. I think it turned out pretty cute. My mom said it turned out pretty cute.
It's adorable.
Proof. But yeah, I think it came out pretty cute too. And now all that's left to do is for people to try it at the potluck, but I'm not going to the potluck, so I'm gonna end this video here. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Cookbook Roulette. I thought it was super fun to try a recipe I've never tried before. And like I said, I thought this was a really fun way to elevate a box cake mix, so I would highly recommend this recipe if you wanted to try it. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, you could do that too. But if you also have any other cookbook recommendations, let me know, because I love buying them, and I can add it to Cookbook Roulette. I'm scared I'm going to drop this, so I'm going to end this video here. Bye for now.